job is to organize the mayhem, I suppose, in the simplest version, to work with the artists who have their insane ideas and help them come to fruition in artistic fashion, and then to flesh them out into the most terrifying they can be. Because people are in a zone. All they see is what's in front of them. You can come up, and then, okay, and then,
My role is to organize the logistics of the build and the strike, as well as oversee volunteers for build and maintenance for the duration of the show. So developing and managing the budget, overseeing materials purchases, getting those materials into the basement, organizing those, getting the volunteers to build the environments and create the infrastructure so that the artists can then fill those spaces with their visions. It's not completely critical that we be exactly plumb and straight, as close as we can get without wasting too much time.
That's good.
My role is to be the people wrangler. I'm responsible for all of the creeps who haunt the basement, all of our actors, helped develop training along with Noah Bremer, helped to implement it, and then also to organize and create the ultimate master schedule for all of the actors and to make sure that they are all knowledgeable about what their roles are and to encourage them to be the creepiest creeps that they can be.
We did this thing last year where in the furry fetish room where someone just grabbed a staple gun and it was really effective, so I wanted to incorporate it somehow this year. So I was like, hey, how about someone has staples in their faces and staples people.
They come in here and they're measured by the Slavic butchers, and they're roughed up a little bit, and they get stamped on the arm. It's Russian. It's one says failed, one says you're good. Good meat, bad meat. And so the bad meat goes to the grinder, and the good meat is allowed to go down here.
I'm the receptionist, and then they are taken by the wonks and made to do office tasks and are generally demeaned.
Basically what you do is we can like kind of put all of our weight forward if we're locked in.
Organizing over 150 different actors, I get to deal with so many different kinds of personalities, and I've learned a lot from this project to practice gratitude of these people who are giving willingly 6 hours of their time to come and creep the best way that they know how. It's incredible how 50 people can turn the lives of some odd 480 people a night upside down through the collective goal of creeping the heck out of them.
This room is the Nervous Nelly room, where potentially groups from the past have gotten trapped and don't know quite which way to get out. So you're confronted with people who aren't going to communicate which way to get out exactly, and who seem like they've been trapped for an indefinite amount of time.
this, make sure that each idea flows into the next, that they make sense overall, or don't make sense, but there's a purposefulness to it.
This is the Marathon Dance Hall.
All right.
Welcome.
You never get out of it, I take it.
They don't.
No.
They are dancing
can never
for their
leave.
lives. Can't you tell? They haven't stopped for a while.
They're here to perform, and if they don't make the MC happy with their performance, then they will be put back into line until they comply. Or they're sent out, and it's a really horrible fate.
How would you feel dancing in here for an hour?
There,
or 6
there we go.
hours? Get going, ladies, come on! Pick up your feet!
Charleston.
My role is to fill the needs of the creative personnel who are generating the artistic concept, and then try to get their vision as accurately as possible represented in the real world.
It's okay.
I'll
take that.
Now we gotta put that back up.
We're also responsible for things like fire doors, fire safety, accessibility, all these things that if you're working on a production are just a fact of the building. You don't have to worry about them as the production team. But we're interacting far more directly with the bones of the building, erecting walls, and then the fundamental challenge of the fact that it's not just a set on stage that's being interacted with by actors. You've got 10,000 patrons who are coming through and touching everything in the basement. So that's been a huge learning curve, I think, for me personally on this project, is just the amount of wear and tear on traditional theatrical set design methods and set construction methods when you've got 10,000 patrons directly interacting with it.
Back up! I'm in a meeting! I cannot believe it! I get all these people all the time! I'm in a meeting!
Check it out! Check it out!
What happens every single year in the Haunted Basement is that there's a sense of family that starts to develop among the acting corps and actually all of the volunteers that participate in the project. And I think our entire team have worked really hard to create a space where people feel welcome and invited and encouraged to share their craziest ideas, as well as to be connected to one another. And I'm really glad that it's carried over to this year, and it's even stronger than it's ever been before.
Okay, go to your rooms!
This experience will inform everything that I do in the future. I mean, the scale of the project, the number of people who come just because they want to be part of the sense of family and camaraderie. They want to be a part of something that's this exciting and different. That kind of enthusiasm and drive is something that definitely will stick with me. And you know, the real sense that you can walk into here, you know, into the empty basement with a group of people, and they're just going to start creating. People from all kinds of walks of life, people who've got day jobs, people who are retired, people who are high school students or college students. They come into a space like this, and when you really encourage people to just be creative, to make something that's going to affect people, the results of that are really stunning. And if I can take a small part of that to my next project and the project after that, then I look forward to the rest of my career, because it's always going to be new and dynamic.
For me, it's about scale and enthusiasm. Anything is possible, and what a rare opportunity to create a massive installation where you are inside a living, breathing set with people who are going to touch you and interact with you, and how cool is that? And where else can you do it? So I'm just thrilled about that, and jazzed to do more of it, and take my experiences from this year and apply it to anything else I do, even if it was a regular play that I'm directing next. I feel like I'm going to take that idea of how can I interact with the audience more. How can the actors be more involved with each other? How can a whole life of the set be involved? How can we feel like we're in an environment that's not just in front of us, but amongst us? We have a contract with them, like a little bit of a social contract in a way. Like they're giving us money for an experience, and they are playing a role. They play the role of the victim, and we play the role of the torturer. And they're buying into it, and we buy into it. And so we're going to push that line. We push it as far as we can without going overboard. And where else do you get to do that? And where else does the audience get shaken out of their skin? You know, shaken out of their daily grind mentality of I go to work, I eat my microwave sandwich, and then I go back home and I have these kids. It's the sort of mentality of rote life. So you go to this thing to shake you out of it.
What do bears eat? What do they eat? Huh? What do they eat? Come on! What's this?
Stop!